What did it say? I don't know.
What's happening?
America.
Yeah.
We're just chilling here for a moment.
YouTube hit, so it's
What
up.
in the fuck? Oh, that's what that is. It's a fun day to be on YouTube and the tickety tockety ding.
Yep.
Oh, what was that?
Oh my gosh. Well, what was that? What the hell was that?
Wow. We're just doing the thing.
What's Amira? You all right?
Oh my God. Tackle-box, you are sick and wrong on so many levels, and I find that oddly arousing.
Oddly.
Gotta fix around her head. Right.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Do it as a negative flip, maybe, so that it. Okay.
Can you explain to us what's going on without us getting banned?
No, I can't.
Okay. Tacklebox got his tallywhacker out.
No, had nothing to do with that. But thanks for playing.
Hey.
Is it like a
Thanks for
picture
playing.
Listen, you call that man Tacklebox for fucking reasons because he likes to bait that worm.
No, I call him Tackle-box because that's the name that he has, and he's had that name as his moniker for ages.
Welcome,
my.
Fluffy. Oh yeah. That's that.
We got King in here, so we're jamming now.
What's up, Fluff?
Let me check something here. No, yeah, it is 5 o'clock.
These nuts.
Yeah.
Bones, you'll appreciate this. I found this too.
Dirty. Anyway,
Slim
Sorry.
Sherry says that's one of the songs that you can use to stall a Gen Xer for 4 minutes and 26 seconds. I reposted that
That's
video
true.
on my TikTok.
that is true.
It's on my TikTok. I shared it.
Pit Boss, are you live right now?
Yes, I am.
How many people got in your live?
Right now, one is sitting.
I think it's gonna be one of those days, guys.
Right.
You know why? It's St. Patrick's Day.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Everybody's too busy getting their green beer on.
Eh, fuck it. You know what?
Because, you know,
If they don't want to be here,
Irish.
fuck them.
Yeah,
I need a more accurate fucking picture now.
I
Right.
have bangs in my picture, and I don't have those anymore, but it's,
Well, get on it and send me pictures.
I fucking
Oh, we're all gonna have this corporate fucking like behind a white wall picture and shit. Like,
I'm just gonna do the face for the Katie Britt video. My Amira mom face. That's
right.
Yeah.
looking at all three of you with fuckers.
Oh my god. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the GXS Podcast. We're here again as always, and yes, it's St. Patrick's Day. We probably won't get a lot of people in here, but you know what? We're still gonna do it. We don't give a fuck. You know, and if you want to get drunk and have fun, great, do it. Have fun and be safe.
Go have your Irish shenanigans.
Yeah, go have your green beer.
And have your green shits tomorrow because of it. Have fun with that.
No, that's called a Schlitz.
Paps will give you the Schlitz.
Right.
Schlitz malt
True
liquor.
that.
We were talking about alcohol earlier today and being Gen X and everything, because there's a video out there that Grayson, the guy that does the paranormal night shift,
Right.
he's a Gen Xer, and he was talking about Mad Dog 2020. He's done this clip a few
Oh,
times.
jeez.
Right? And if you're a Gen Xer, you have nightmares about Mad Dog 2020.
It now comes in cans.
The Tackle Box was like,
In tall boys.
Tackle Box
Well,
was just
what?
like, I lost so much time due to Mad Dog 2020. I was like, dude, I'm like, in the video though, he talked about Boone's Farm, and I was like, oh God.
Oh God, Boone's Farm.
Oh, God.
And the other one for me, Night Train.
Oh God.
Night Train
No.
tore me up. They owned my
You drink
ass.
too much Night Train, they're gonna run a train. Jesus.
Well, and then he talks about Wild Irish Rose, and I was like, oh. But the only one he was missing that I could figure was Aftershock.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's a whole different ball game. I mean, Aftershock was
The fireball of the 90s.
Aftershock.
Yeah.
I was already drunk. I was telling Tackle Box, I was already drunk. I was at a party, and somebody didn't tell me what they were giving me, and they gave me crystals from the blue Aftershock.
Mm-hmm.
I lost about 24 hours of my life. I have no idea what happened. None.
Ooh,
I mean, as long as you didn't wake up with a sore butthole, I guess you're okay.
I
Hey,
didn't.
LAX.
But it
there
was
it
just-
is.
why?
Oh,
Okay,
we're not sponsored. Just to let you
Not
guys
that I'm
know,
a
not
fan
sponsored.
of Mad Dog 2020, but just seeing that image makes my stomach go. Ugh.
It
Right.
makes me go.
They got aluminum in them.
They got aluminum.
I agree.
Fuck, dude. And I know we have this one right here.
Yeah.
We need to find a no.
Right.
Like, just find LA Knight going, no.
I need you to send me that short clip of they got aluminum in them, because I got to send it to my kid.
We'll do.
All of my kids
Yeah.
need to see that, because my kids will all relate to that, because they're all fucking Gen Z.
Ugh.
Oh no, one
No.
of them is Gen Y.
Remember Old English?
Oh my God.
Old English 40s?
Oh,
God,
God.
yeah.
The big glass 40. So Old English came out with a fruit punch version of that at one point.
Say that. What?
Hold on. It didn't taste bad. It actually tasted like fruit punch, but the fucking hangover you get from this goddamn drink. Holy shit.
Probably all the sugar.
Dude. I bought a case. I was underage and I bought a case. Yes, I'm admitting to a crime. Fuck off. And we go to a hotel and it's my girlfriend at the time. This is years and years ago. It's her birthday. And so I'm like, okay, I went and bought a case of this like fucking Old English fruit punch bullshit and brought it there, and everybody's drinking it. And dude, I swear to God, at least if I had to say 1 out of 3 people threw up, I was being generous. Because they were down in this shit
Wow.
like it was water. And then the next day, the hangovers were just glorious.
No. Do you remember back in the late 80s, early 90s, you could get, it was actually the 80s, you could get Sun Country coolers and 2 liters.
Oh, Jesus.
You can get
2
wine
liters.
coolers in fucking 2 liters. And I was like 14, and my aunt and uncle were letting me drink this shit.
What?
Good
Who's
Lord.
why
Evelina
are we saying
Johnstone.
shush?
Because I'm
Yeah,
reminding her of her youth.
Hi,
You know
honey.
what? All of this alcohol talk is probably pretty, on point, considering about the thing that we got to talk about today.
Yeah.
The good old TikTok ban, everybody.
Oh, Jesus.
I know we're on Meta right now, so calm down, Meta. We're okay.
Emotional damage.
Pretty much.
All day.
Yeah, pretty much.
So anyway, we're gonna kind of dive into this, and here's the thing. This is what gets me is before it passed the House, when it was just mentioned, people were losing their fucking minds. Losing their minds.
Yeah.
And it went through the House and people lost their minds for a second. And then it just stopped.
Mhm.
There's no mention of
Yeah.
it in the Senate. There's no mention of it on TikTok. There's no mention of it anywhere. It just fired everybody up. And now it's like, dude, it was like a hand job without a happy ending. It just fucking like, oh, you can finish it off yourself. Like, what the fuck?
Okay. So if
Yeah.
we're going to discuss this in case people don't have the detailed information, this is what I have got courtesy of time. If the bill is passed, it would make it possible for the president, which this throws me. The president is not going to be the one to do this, but it would make it possible for the president to identify and designate social media platforms under the control of countries considered adversarial to the U.S. as a national security threat. If a platform is deemed a national security threat, it would be banned from app stores and web hosting services until it cuts all ties with the foreign adversarial country within 180 days. While the bill does not mention TikTok directly, Congressman Gallagher and the guy with the really screwy last name that I can't say focused heavily on TikTok in their statements. And this is a quote from Chairman Gallagher. "This is my message to TikTok. Break up with the Chinese Communist Party or lose access to your American users."
Wait a minute.
Most of these guys use TikTok.
So that's
Yeah.
also talked about in here that many, so you got the president has recently in the last 6 months gotten on TikTok. A lot of people have used it as their platform to help with their campaign for their positions. And yet they're all signing the bill to ban it. This has passed the House. This has not gone to the Senate. The Senate has said that, this is coming from, let me get his name real quick, Senator Tom Tillis from North Carolina. He says he's worried that China could try to retaliate on U.S. firms. I'm sympathetic to what they're trying to accomplish. I think my main concern is to make sure that we think it through. We have to keep in mind that some of the true giants in this space are U.S.-based firms, and we can think about China's retaliation. I'm not overly concerned with TikTok's well-being because I think China is in their DNA. So maybe they should take action themselves so that we don't have to.
Right. I just want to know. I just want to know where the fucking people are at now.
All the outrage.
There's been a lobbying effort put on by a lot of creators from TikTok. A lot of small businesses have been standing up for it. A lot of these larger name creators have been making videos and speaking out publicly. I just personally don't have that information. I pulled the actual like news sources. I'm leaving all the fun stuff to Bones.
Well, there is one guy that actually has stopped his TikTok account and literally turned around and saying, "This is going to be, I'm not spending any more money on TikTok. What I'm doing is I'm going to start doing a class action lawsuit against this." Because
I got that guy.
hurting my business. Yeah.
Well,
That
and-
guy, I mean,
Where's he
truthfully speaking, you can actually go after the government if they hurt your business.
Right. So this is the part that gets me because I think this is kind of silly. I'm going to read this quote, but then I have a little bit I want to add. John Cornyn from Texas, because under existing Chinese law, any information any Chinese company collects, they have to share it with the Chinese Communist Party. So they're afraid they're going to use people, the U.S. people that are using the app, that the Chinese government is going to care, what I'm doing or what Bones is doing or, whomever.
I mean, Chinese government wants to spy on me. They can. They're just going to throw up after a while.
Yeah.
Right. Same
They ain't
with
going to
me.
like what they see.
He watch a stupid shit.
That's the thing, though, is that they're so worried that the Chinese government is going to
Jesus,
use this
Bones.
data that's collected against the U.S. users. What the hell are you going to use against us? My bad habits, my dirty laundry, the fact that I've been divorced 3 times, the fact that I, have anal periodically? Come on. Sorry.
Did you just say?
Okay, it's only been.
I just felt my rear iris pucker and my testicles tighten. My taint remains unchanged.
Well,
There you go.
my point is that what information could they possibly take and use against the American user of TikTok that's going to be,
Well-
a national security risk?
So what they're basically the idea behind it all, and this is the best way I can put it. The idea behind them stating that they want to ban TikTok and take it away from China is the simple fact that they want to have control of the money. They know that TikTok is making a lot of money and people are starting small businesses on TikTok, and they don't like the fact that people have some kind of money or power. And yes, it sounds very anti-government and all that bullshit, but people are getting to the point of waking the fuck up and seeing that the government is not for them. And we're talking about both sides of the fence, left and right. You have two people right now competing for the presidency, and both of them don't give a fuck about your small business and bullshit. Now, I'll say one side does more than the other. I could say the other side does more than the other. I don't give a shit about which side says they're about it. They're not. You have your third party, which is Robert Kennedy as well. He's going as an independent, and I get it. People are starting to stray away from the Republican Democrat part of it and going for the independent side of it now.
As they should.
There's not been an independent candidate that has actually held enough strength on any platform until now.
Right.
And Robert Kennedy is actually using
TikTok.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's actually using social media because they won't allow him on the mainstream media. If he's on the mainstream media, they treat him like a fucking joke. So, they're now starting to. He's doing what everybody else does and using social media platform. When it comes down to it, and it's all said and done, I don't believe that they. Hi, Misfits. Hi, honey.
Hi, Misfits Rehab.
But I don't think they have anybody's best interest at heart. What they want is they want control of what we have, and it's not controlled by China. It's based in Singapore. There is there's a setup in Texas for the whole thing to prevent that, and they spent money on this too, a lot of money. And there's a deal in Texas that prevents anybody from getting the information but America.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to it, why are you worried about China having our information?
Okay, but here's the one thing that you said that throws me. Singapore is where the app is based. It is still owned by a Chinese company called ByteDance. That is why
it's a parent company.
Matter where it's based. It's the parent company is a Chinese company. Therefore, they report to the Chinese Communist Party.
Right.
Yeah, well, and that's what's said. Who knows if they do? We don't. We can be told 1,000 times out of 1,000 that. Let me bring an example to you. The best example I can say is and this is I get it. Shut the fuck up and just listen. Donald Trump was called a racist his entire campaign the first time. And people heard it 1,000 times and 1,000 more and 1,000 more. And they started calling him a racist. Yet the man hasn't done one racist fucking thing. Not that I can find. He's the one that supported black businesses back in the 80s and 90s. He's the one that did all that shit. There's history. It's shown. There's people that normally you would think would be against him that are for him. He's done a lot for the black community. He's done a lot for the Hispanic community too. But at the same time, I'm not saying I'm a fan of the guy, but they called him a racist for so long that people sat there and said, oh God, he's a racist. So now let's take that example and let's put it towards this. People saying that China is getting our information for so fucking long. People think that's what's happening. Do we know? Absolutely fucking not. None of us have those facts. I just know the greed of government and the greed of our fucking country, and they want control of everything there. Now, let's say we get to the 6-month point. Who the fuck are they going to sell it to if they decide to sell it? Because they've already stated straight up they're not going to sell it. Right. But if they decide to, who are they going to sell it to? Elon Musk? Meta?
Well, there's a lot of people that are wanting to buy it. Mm-hmm. One being a group of senators that are trying to raise money to buy it.
So it'll be a government-run app.
Yeah.
No, nobody's going to be on that app anymore.
No.
I've heard people say that if the TikTok ban passes, they are dropping all their Meta, everything that is Meta, Instagram, Facebook, all of it. Anything that has to do with Meta and the metaverse, they're jumping off that and they're not going to be on it anymore. Here's my thing, and this is the way that I can put it best is if you have a fucking heroin addict and they have access to their heroin right now, they're fine. But when you take that away, what happens? They go fucking crazy. You're taking away an app that people are literally addicted to, and what is going to happen? Well,
Yeah,
therapists
I mean,
therapists are going to make their fucking money. That's for damn sure.
Right. So
I mean,
this,
right now,
this was the
it's crazy.
where I got the information. Brian Tyler Cohen, he does a YouTube show and he is also on TikTok. And that's where I got this information about these senators that want to buy, in a sense, they're raising funds in a sense.
Yeah. They'll offer them the money, but there's no amount of money they can give them they'll take it. They won't take it.
Ban TikTok thing, because I thought that honestly there were virtues to the arguments on both sides. But I've listened to a lot of people, I've heard their arguments. I'm now adamantly opposed to this bill that would force ByteDance to divest, otherwise the app would be banned in the US. And I came up with a list of 4 reasons why.
Probably.
The first is that this thing is going to get taken over by right-wingers in the US if it's forced to sell. Trump's Treasury Secretary, Steve Mnuchin, is already putting together a group to buy this thing.
Okay,
if you think that anybody...
You've already lost me right there. You lost me right there whenever you sat there and said right wingers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's reporting on what's happening.
Oh, no, 100%. I'm talking about him as a person. You lost my interest 100% when you said right wingers. Well, if you cannot report what you're going to report in a neutral way,
don't report
I don't want to hear it. That's me. That's me personally. No, you can keep playing it. No. You can keep playing it. I'm just saying, me personally, I'm not going to listen to somebody when they immediately pull out the right wing, left wing, Republican, Democrat. When they start pulling that shit out and they saying, oh, these motherfuckers want to buy it. Oh, okay, cool. So we know that you don't give a fuck about one side. We can tell that already. And what you're saying is going to be nothing but your opinion. And it's valid because you can state your opinion. I'd have no problem with that. But you lose my interest instantly whenever you pull in a political party. Because I don't care.
But there's no way to not bring in a political party if that political party is the ones that are doing it.
100%. Now, you could have just said some senators are trying to buy it because it's all about the government. The political parties are just there to keep people separated. They're all sitting there drinking tea and eating fucking crumpets together. They don't give a fuck about anything else. They don't care about the right and the left like everybody else does. So just say senators are going to buy it because it's all the government is one big body. There's no sides there when it comes down to them being in the chamber. They're putting on a show. Like we did the whole thing about the dude doing the Amir face last time, right?
Bobby,
that's
really quick, we'll go over to you. Go over to UBTubi. Click on my link and hop over there.
Here's my thing on
this.
We
would love to hear from you.
They can move this fast to ban an app that they think is so bad for people because China is surveilling us. But how many years have we been asking for a ban on assault rifles that actually do damage?
And how long have we been asking for, equal or better pay? How long have we been asking for you to bring down the rent and the cost of living and shit like that? But we can pass this stupid fucking bill? Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
makes no goddamn sense.
So many...
They can fight all goddamn day about impeaching one of these goddamn presidents. That seems to be real fucking important. We can impeach Trump. We can impeach Biden. We can impeach this person. We can impeach that person. Blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares about that. We're out here suffering. We're paying all these fucking taxes. We're paying all this money for all this bullshit. People are barely fucking surviving, and you guys are worried about a goddamn
What's up, loss of space? Yeah, I mean, right now as it sits, we got one person that's in the comments, and literally said, they are literally U.S. employees over there right now.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen with that ban? Do we have to take them back? Do we take those employees back?
Oh, that's
do
part
we take those people
article.
back?
Yeah, we're going to have to pull our U.S. employees out of China because it's going to end up becoming retaliatory.
Wait, hold on. We have U.S. employees in China?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're worried about people spying on us from China, yet we have U.S. employees in China.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything we buy is made in China.
And how many billions of dollars in debt are we to China?
Right.
Like $5 or $6 billion in debt to China right now?
Oh, don't forget, some of our stuff is made in Taiwan.
We're finishing this, Bomber.
Yeah.
On God's green earth poses more of a threat to democracy than our own far-right Republicans. You are absolutely kidding yourself. That alone is frankly enough to cement my opposition to this bill. The second is that young people, and old people, but mostly young people, rely on TikTok for their news and their entertainment, and yes, their organizing. And so I'm thinking that maybe a Democratic president should not sign a bill to ban young people's favorite app 8 months before the most important election in American history, especially when we need to be making inroads with young people, not alienating them. The third reason is that we had a platform that threatened democracy in 2016. That was Facebook. No one did anything about it. Facebook is still here. It's even bigger than it was then. Zuckerberg,
I'm sure glad we're not streaming to Facebook today.
You're kidding me if you think that
No,
someone in
we're
the US
not.
government believes in taking the dangers posed by rogue platforms seriously. And finally, the last is that Jim Himes, who's the top-ranking Democrat on the House Intel Committee, is himself not convinced that ByteDance poses some imminent threat to our national security. If he's not convinced, as the highest-ranking Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, then that doesn't exactly give me 5-alarm fire vibes. So for all of those reasons, I think it would be a massive mistake for this bill to move forward that would ban TikTok in the U.S.
Yep.
Okay. So what I'm going to say about this guy is you made some valid points. Yes, sir. But you were so worried about what your political party is doing or what these political figureheads are doing that you're letting them make your decision for you. Because you literally just said, if this person isn't worried about it, I'm not going to be worried about it. Hey, dumbass, that person is part of the group of people that is controlling the fucking country. Sorry.
I want to add a relevant piece of information. The Fifth Amendment says that you cannot take someone's property without due process. And a bill of attainder says you can't write legislation against one person or any one company.
Right. Yet they're doing it.
But here's the loophole that the government will use. They haven't named TikTok specifically in this bill.
No, they
Yes,
haven't.
Skyler.
They are calling this bill, give me a sec. This bill is called, wrong page. The Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if that's the case, and this is what I'm going to say. If that's the case, then let's go through all the applications that are on your phone and see which one is done by a foreign
Hey.
fucking country. Instead of just the one.
You probably have more chance of getting some type of
STD
information
Yeah.
gathering thing from some of these like games and stuff that are on all the apps, all the app stores. Or
well, I mean, how many of those
AI
fucking games were made? How many of those games and programs were made in a different country?
Right.
We don't fucking know.
Just let me see the last comment here on YouTube, or not the last one, but the second to the last. Chrysalis says that's only in the U.S., not in other countries, technically. Yes, you're right. But here's the kicker. If you're banning it in the U.S., whether or not that app is based in another country, you're still writing a bill of attainder against a specific entity and taking away intellectual property. Because here's where it comes in, where the U.S. people could really have a stink. Yes, the app is owned by ByteDance, the parent company. Yes, it's based in Singapore. But if they do this and they ban it, you are now taking away money from, let's say, JT, who we all know who JT is because he runs his small business. It got started on TikTok. Misfits Rehab is a nonprofit. You're taking money out of her business. So there's another one that could file suit against the government for impacting her small business. And hers is a rehabilitation service. Then you get other things like oh God, I can't think of the names of the group specifically, but there's so many people that have their individual small business on here.
Right.
And that's when this app, because of the ban, because of what it's doing now, is impacting small business and impacting the way people are feeding their families.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not just like, a creator that came on this app to do stuff and then started doing stuff like a small business or a nonprofit or anything like that. There's like mom and pop stores or small franchise type stores that are utilizing TikTok to boost up sales, and even corporations. I mean, like, I hate to say it, but like McDonald's, Burger King, it's another way for them to generate a stream of potential customers.
So yes, I know that, and that's why I mentioned the U.S. employees in China,
Right.
possibly having to be pulled out from China. Okay, let me put it to you this way: we've been in a war with China for a long time. It's just been an economic war.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
It'll
come on.
it will never lead into actually physical war. We'll point tariffs on them, and we'll do this and we'll do that. We'll hurt their fucking economy, bitch. Everything's made in China.
Well, and that's the thing is like they're throwing all of these tariffs at them to hurt them, but it's like, yeah, okay, all it's doing is hurting us because most of our products come from there. Are just
We
not like our
we
disposable
still make
things.
billions and billions of dollars.
Right. Like, do you think there's a
Are
American
you
company that's
sure?
making the make America great again? Yeah.
So Senator
Shut
Rand
your one-sided ass up, bomber.
Senator
Bomber,
Rand
you are
Paul.
so bad.
Senator Rand Paul is the one that I got the quote about the Fifth Amendment and shit from, and he says it's based on a hysteria of banning everything China, which I think isn't good. And
Right.
what Bomber just said is accurate. How many of the things that you have in your household, if you flip it over and look at the bottom, says made in China?
Right.
Now, tell me that the company that is paying for China to make that product is now going to come over here and build a factory to make it, and it's going to cost them what 8 times more to do business in the United States versus doing business in China. They're not. It's not going to fucking happen. This is going to have a global economic impact if they were to do something like
I
that.
think this microphone's made in China.
It is.
No, mine is.
Your
Oops,
beard
sorry.
is.
My beard's made in China.
Mhm.
Might have been
I
made
don't
between
know.
a Chinese woman's legs. But anyway,
What?
no, they had TJ or JT was very passionate here.
This app is so much more than just an app for dumb TikTok dances. So when I hear these elected officials literally mock and make fun of TikTok and its creators, I'm disgusted.
The message that I really want to get home to the American government and everybody that is trying to pass this bill is you will be destroying small businesses like us. This is our livelihood. If you pass this bill, you will be destroying the American dream that we really believe in.
Okay, here's my thing. Guys, love your creator stuff and everything that you do and your small business and everything, but that's only going to last so fucking long before you have to go put in a job application, because we've seen it time and time again that no matter how many times you create what you create or do what you do, eventually you become irrelevant or outdated.
Well,
So
right.
it's going to happen. But if I get what they're saying though. There is a lot of small businesses and people have made their living on this app and on multiple different apps. Here's my thing, and this is what I've been laughing about the last couple of weeks. People, oh, TikTok's going to get banned. Follow me on my other social medias. Okay. If they're not already following you on your other social medias, they don't give a fuck about the other social medias. So obviously they're not going to go there to watch what you do there that you're doing here. It's just the way it is. I'm not begging 28,000 people to go to YouTube and subscribe on YouTube. Not doing that. If they don't want to be here, then fuck it. They don't want to be here. People that want to be here will sit here and watch us and talk to us and be here with us. But I'm not going to beg anybody to go follow me in my other social medias. I'm going to put it to you this way. I'm a 50-50 on this ban. If it happens, great. I want to see people lose their fucking minds because I am somewhat of an anarchist in certain aspects. If it doesn't happen, great. We're just going to continue doing what we're doing. But if it burns down, God damn it, I'm World Star Hip Hop's going to be fucking popular again because people are going to be doing crazy fucking shit.
Dude,
some guy staring at a fucking phone doing a dance, going, "I wish I had my TikTok. Look at me dance."
Well, and I mean,
Where's everybody going to go? There's no app to replace it.
Well, they say Clapper is close, but Clapper's, we call it Crapper. We call it Crapper for a reason.
That's a shit show.
Right.
Yeah,
but
you want
I'm gonna put it to you this way.
That you should be worried about getting a hold of your data. That one.
Thank you.
Crapper?
Yeah.
Why? Because it's American based.
It's gone.
No, it's got so many security leaks in it.
Bobby messaged me.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. When it comes down to it, and it's all said and done, they will find something for us to click on and watch and bullshit. It'll happen. Some American-based company will do it. The thing is, they're just mad they didn't get to this fucking app before everybody else did.
Got it.
They're not making the money that they want off of TikTok because it goes to China. Apparently. Even though the guy stated, how many times did he state in that one time that they sent him to the fucking Senate? How many times did he state that he wasn't Chinese and he doesn't live in China and he's not part of the Chinese party? And
right.
And his wife is American.
Yeah.
He's Singaporean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like China can't force him to release any information because it's
They
in
ask,
Singapore.
he has to. But the parent company, if they pull the data from the Singapore side of it, then, and if China, the thing in here said, if the Chinese government asks, they have to release the information. ByteDance does. But then ByteDance has got to get the information from the servers.
Exactly. And that's the thing. When it comes down to it, they're not giving up any information. What's his name? Show has been very adamant about all of this, and he's upfront and honest. I've never seen a creator of an app just sit there and like, no, we're fighting. He's fighting for us as people on TikTok. He's fighting for us. I don't know if it's true or not that he has to report to the Chinese to the CCP. I don't know if he is, and we'll never know the truth on that ever. We'll know the truth like 50 years from now, but not right now.
Yeah.
Well, no.
I mean, are they worried about the CCP owning majority stock in
No,
the
they
company?
don't.
I mean,
they
are they
don't-
just worried that they just have it?
that they
No, they're
have
gonna
an
get
ability
information.
to see what we're doing on the app.
That happens on every single web page, app, whatever.
Right.
That happens. There's a button that says click here, we're going to grab your data.
Well,
That
and
happens in the US anyway.
if
But
you hear the discussions that are going on in the Senate and in Congress about these crusty old white men talking about this that have no idea
Oh,
what
jeez.
what technology is, they're like basically using buzzwords to try to describe certain things, and they make no sense. And
Well, the difference between the two is what Americans are saying is the fact that China doesn't have this.
I'm down to get the friction on. So, ladies, if you want to roll my Mercedes, turn around.
That's just a
Good lord.
sheer 5-second example of bullshit. They're saying China didn't have that. They have math and science and creation and all this kind of stuff, like educational stuff on their version of TikTok.
Oh, the hell they do.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Bobby.
So what if they do?
Oh,
Nobody gives a
do
shit.
we have it?
right, I mean,
Rocking Bobby D, ladies and gentlemen, in the
It's-
house.
Oh my gosh. Can we throw him in here? Oh my gosh, I
don't
want to
have
hear
a
what
problem
he
with
has to
that.
say.
Oh my God, I would love to hear Bobby.
Oh, Bobby,
Oh.
let's check your. We need your email, Bobby.
Bobby, send your email to one of us and whatever. We'll get you in.
but you know, they basically are worried about the unknown, and they refuse to find out the information. And there again, yeah, it's political theater. It's, we've got to protect our kids. And
Oh God, are we going back to that old statement again?
yeah,
It's
they're,
the children.
um,
All right, thank you, Bobby. I got it.
and it's just
Put it in
silly.
private chat.
It's a distraction.
Oh,
It's to get people up in arms. And
Scott calls it toxic. Here's my thing. Your newest group of voters are on this app.
right. Well,
That's
and
where they're
like,
getting their information. Do you want their vote? Because if you want their vote, you're not going to ban the app that they're getting their information from. If you want to reach out to these young voters, this is how you do it. You find them where they are.
right. Well, and this was one of the spots from the girl that does the Under the Desk News.
Sorry, I'm passionate.
And this is how it's political theater. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is a senator.
Oh, that's Jeff Jackson.
Be banned.
Not Jeff Jackson voting yes for the TikTok ban and then coming on TikTok to try and use the Mr. Rogers voice to tell people, I don't think the TikTok ban is going to pass. It's giving.
I don't think TikTok is going to be banned.
Yeah.
I don't think Jeff's getting his dick sucked tonight either.
Oh, you mean the guy that voted against? I saw that the guy that voted against the fucking or voted for the ban, and then he's like, "My bad.
It's not going to get banned. Don't worry about it. You're going to be fine.
Don't worry, guys. My bad."
Yeah, soothe those ruffled feathers, why don't you?
Have you seen the original video? Like the comments on the original video?
Oh, they're horrible. They rip him. They want to know how much he was paid to vote yes to ban it. There's so many people going, he was bought. His vote was bought.
Oh yeah.
If y'all don't think their votes were bought, Mark Zuckerberg wrote a fat fucking check. That's all I'm gonna say.
Thoughts on Gen Z? Okay,
Yeah, what
Gen
do you mean,
Z.
Mickey?
The thoughts on Gen Z. All right,
Bobby, let me know if you
Z-
got it. By the way,
Gen Z itself, I mean, lives in the electronic era. It does.
100%.
It lives. They live on the wire-based system that's out there. I mean, we used to live on it called a telephone.
Yeah, we basically created all of this for
Yeah.
And I would say Gen Z has taken it to the next level.
Here's the thing. I have 3 kids that are all well, they're not quite Gen Z. My oldest should be a Gen Zer, but he's not. But I have kids that are Gen Z. All 3 of my kids are voting age. My kids get their news from apps like TikTok and other places as well that could be construed as this, horribly, adversarial, country owned, whatever. But like my daughter, her and her husband met on TikTok. Their whole story of their whole thing is on TikTok. Tell me how this is a problem. Tell me how this app is toxic. Tell me how this app is doing all these horrible things. People meet here. I met you guys here.
Right.
How's that? Tell me how bad TikTok really is when I meet people that I develop relationships with at 51 years old on this app. I've made more friends that I consider true friends on this app than I have in my fucking real life.
Whoa. First off, you said that we're friends. You need to back that up a little bit, okay? We're acquaintances.
Yeah,
we tolerate each other.
You're just that ball. You're just the fucking cue ball. That's all you are.
No, the new name for me,
Polished
according to
stones.
my kids, is Mr. Clean, and I looked at them and said, "If I'm Mr. Clean, you're adopted." So
Okay, well then why don't you go get your polishing rag there, Squidward, and go fucking fix your shit, okay?
right.
And yes, I do give Stevie Nicks vibes. Thank you very much. I've been told I sound like Stevie Nicks. And that too. I sound like Stevie Nicks and Janis Joplin. That's what I've been told. That's just me.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children that should not be in this live.
Can I fangirl?
He is the king of rock and roll. He is the man, the myth, the legend himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Rock King Bobby D.
Bobby.
It's me.
What up, Bobby?
What's going on, guys? Hang on, let me let my dogs out. I'm actually at home. Hold on.
Oh, he's not actually
Irish Reaper. I love the background.
right.
Someone's not gonna get pinched.
Oh, my Irish Reaper.
Yeah,
We love it. Love it.
Well, what's funny is, do you see this picture right here?
Mm-hmm.
I can't see what it is, but I can see it.
It's that same display that you see with me all the time. One of my fans actually took that picture, the old one with all the colors,
Yeah.
and went in and did it in diamond art.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Very
badass.
cool.
That's what that is.
So they made you sparkly.
Mm.
Hey,
Yeah,
that
just
beard's
like
coming
those-
back in nice.
Just like you would be if you were a vampire.
Right. Right.
Your beard's coming back in quite nicely, I must say.
It's getting there slowly but surely.
So
It's
how's the recovery on everything?
Recovery's going good. I don't have all of my voice back yet, as you can hear.
You sound a lot better than what you did before.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like night and day.
Yeah, it is getting better. I go back in May,
Mhm.
and they're going to do a CT scan of my jaw,
Okay.
make sure everything has healed up okay. And as long as it is all healed up all right, then they're going to go in and put the porcelains in.
Nice.
Did they use donor bone? Is that cadaver bone or donor bone, or is that your own?
No, that's the bone from my leg.
Okay, I didn't catch the details on what they had done. So, but I'm so glad that you're doing well.
Yeah, what's funny is, and I usually can't show much of this on the show, just because I'm usually dressed and everything else. So you literally got me sitting here in my my Deadpool pajamas.
bro, I thought okay, let me be honest. I thought you were sitting there saying that like you were straight short cocking it right now.
Not yet.
Winnie the Pooh in it?
Here in a little bit, because Bones is here, but that's how it goes. Real quick, just so you guys get to see what we're talking about, where this started out from and where it ended up at.
Yeah.
This is healed. But this is what they had to do to my leg to fix all of this. Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, that's wicked.
Oh wow. Wicked.
Whoa.
Dude, that looks like a shark bite.
Right. And that would be my fucking
Ooh-ha.
Shut
I'm telling you, dude, when I do zombies this year for Halloween, I got the perfect where they took the chunk out.
Right.
I can see a tattoo.
I've seen shit like
So-
that. I used to work in the ED at the hospital. I've seen things like that. That shit's crazy. That
Oh.
looks like it's healed nicely though.
Right.
Here's the crazy
I can see a
ready?
tattoo of a shark's teeth around it, kind of thing.
Right?
Oh yeah, there's
Ooh.
the under the.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I can see
healing
the line.
nicely though.
Look,
That's
You,
really
you should have
healed
told
well.
them. You should have told them to pull down a little bit harder and give you a couple of years off.
I think they did. That's why I can't talk right now, is because all of this is so tight
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
me just trying to open my mouth and eat is crazy sometimes.
Oh no, my first ex-wife had brain surgery like a month after we met, and they cut a hole right up here. They split her from ear to ear, and then when they pulled it back, she was like this, and
Yeah. All of this from about here down is like that, and I still have no feeling in this area of my mouth.
That'll
Oh.
take you probably 6 months to
Oh.
get back. But just think, with that line
Yeah.
right there, you'll never have to shave the underside again. There won't be anything.
Right?
To
I have no neck beard at all.
yeah, that's
you
awesome.
lucky son of a bitch.
So
Right.
it stops.
Hank Williams
So
Jr. action there.
Yeah, it actually stops right where the scar is.
So now you have two stories. You have the shark bite story on your leg, and then you have like
Ooh-ha.
the assassin tried to choke me with the garrote wire story.
I just
Right,
watched that
right.
episode on
Yeah.
Criminal Minds. Holy shit.
This is why they call me listeners.
That was the
What-
Piano Man
what-
episode on Criminal Minds. That's all I'm going to say.
So I do have a question really quick, Bobby. What do you think about this supposed TikTok ban? What are you thinking?
Oh, is that why?
Please,
Is that
what's
why?
your
Hold on. Is that why we brought him in here? Was to talk about the TikTok man? I thought we were talking about it.
Yeah, 'cause I'm
Well,
actually over
we're
here
talking
trying
about
to
everything.
Get me in on this conversation, because yeah, it's something that. First of all, let me say this: for those of you that do not know me, I am an old school Republican that has turned liberal. I started out when I met my wife, I was a Republican on the city council of my town. So, Republican politician. Think
What
about
state are
that
you
for a
from,
minute.
by the way?
Arkansas.
Cane sow. I got friends.
Wait,
behind
so
them.
so what you're saying is you're like every other politician, you flip flopped?
Wow.
No, actually, I didn't flip flop. I was ignorant and stupid.
Oh my God. I'm so glad this is recorded because I've never heard a man say that before.
What?
Here's the thing.
Fucking this is the only part we're gonna replay the whole time.
Right. Um,
Check on TikTok
wife-
for videos.
for those of you that don't know, my wife is a teacher. She is a SPED teacher. Okay.
Okay.
So, master's, she's working on her master's even as we speak. So, very highly educated. To the point that we used to joke around with her and call her Hermione.
Oh, Jesus.
I love her
Because she
already.
would get pissed off if she didn't have straight A's. I mean, that was the nickname that me and the kids had for her when she was in school, was Hermione. So, liberal, Democrat, whatever you want to call it, I'm on the other side of the fence now. And that's because I believe that everybody has the right to be who they are. I believe that you have the right to do whatever you want to do within reason, as long as it doesn't hurt someone else. Simple. Okay? You want to have guns? Awesome. But let me say this. You want to have guns, but somebody else can go into a school and shoot, we need to legislate those gun laws.
I agree.
Well, if they start charging the parents for the crimes that the kids commit with their fucking firearms, then maybe parents would consider locking them up a little bit better or teaching their kids about gun safety a little bit better, something like that.
That's
Now,
happening
that's
in
not
Michigan
a
from that shooter here in Michigan
Yeah.
that happened. Yep.
and now again, that's not a solution to the problem. There's honestly no
Okay,
solution to the
wait.
fucking problem considering the amount of guns compared to people.
I have a very unique perspective on this because you have to understand, you have somebody like me who is TikTok and yada, 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 and radio
Right.
host. Then you have my wife who's a special ed teacher.
Right.
You have Melissa who is a special ed teacher.
Thank you for the
You
follow,
have-
Nikki.
You have Mikey who is a transport officer. So you take all of those perspectives and put them together, they don't all match up.
Right.
So, with that being said, I'll leave that where it is. As far as TikTok is concerned, it's all about money.
Yeah.
If you actually take the time to read the bill,
12 pages.
the bill is all about them wanting to make ByteDance sell to an American company.
Anybody, actually, as long as it isn't a adversarial country. But yes, you know damn well they're leaning towards it being a U.S. base.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Even with, I have to kind of say this right off the bat. Anytime we are talking about anything that has to do with politics nowadays, if you don't take into account which side this is leaning towards when this happens, there's no unbiased journalism anymore.
No.
I agree.
Right.
So if somebody says right wingers and you immediately turn out, or somebody says left wingers or Democrats or what, and you immediately tune out, then you're not getting news anywhere.
No, because
all news in this day and age is biased.
No, 100%. I don't disagree with you. But when you can share your views on something without presenting your side, that A, shows me that you're intelligent. And B, it also shows me that you're not looking just one way or the other. I love to look at everything outside the box. I'd love to look at everything outside the box.
Then the way that you do that is you listen to both sides.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
I will listen to the
okay,
right wingers. I
so-
will listen to left wingers. I will listen to both sides. But you lose my interest as a person as a person that wants to follow you and listen to your shit, you lose my interest whenever you sit there and say, "Oh, I'm left wing," or "Oh, I'm right wing." I don't give a shit if you're left wing or right wing. I don't care.
That's not what he said. And that's where I'll jump in on that. Because that was the part that I wanted to jump in on, because I couldn't type fast enough to go, no, you're not listening to the same thing the rest of us are. Because he didn't say I'm a left winger, I'm a right winger. What he said was there's a group of right wingers already putting a coalition together.
Mhm.
Would be the same thing if the Democrats were putting a whole bunch of people together to try to buy it.
Well, and again, like you said, it's basic.
History,
Go ahead.
history has already shown
Yeah.
that when a group of right wingers take over an app,
Right.
the loss of freedom happens every time.
This is why I
Don't
get a lot of
believe
my
me?
The minute
Look at Twitter.
Well, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. This is why I get my news. I like to watch the News Girl because I don't know what her political opinion is, but she presents it middle of the road every time. She does not give her opinion. She gives you the facts of the situation, and that's where she stops.
Right.
That's why I like her. That's where I get a lot of my news from, is from her. You couldn't pay me to tune in to CNN or Fox News or NBC or ABC or CBS or Time or even Associated Press. Hell, you couldn't pay me to tune into NPR for news because they're just as biased.
Oh, I tune into them all. I just use my own goddamn brain when it comes down to it.
I have to play NPR with the radio station.
Yeah.
But honestly, do you know where I get most of my news from? This is going to really fuck your minds up. Ready? The BBC.
Right. That's where I get it.
Yeah, talk about bias.
Yeah.
Well, that's the funny thing is you listen to the foreign news stations, and the foreign news stations will sit there and they will either A, call out everybody, or B, they will sit there and just say how stupid we're being about this shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And I love that about them.
Oh yeah.
But here's my thing. The minute you present a side to it, it tells me you're not thinking outside the box. You're only thinking one way. I agree with both sides on pretty much everything they're talking about. When one side bitches about the other, okay, cool. Why are they bitching about it? Let's look at the reason why and the way that you can come to the table and make it to where everybody can agree. They do this shit so we have people opposing people instead of fucking every one of us going, these corrupt motherfuckers need to go and we need to get different people in there. Not saying that it's not going to have another set of corrupt motherfuckers in there.
Well,
but when you're 90, when you're 90 fucking years old and you're sitting there going, I should vote this way, but
oh, that guy from South Carolina, the Thurman.
all of them motherfuckers, dude.
Oh,
every one of them.
Okay. I for years I have believed we need term limits on the house.
Oh God, yes.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
100%.
Yes.
Oh, and by the way, just
The
saying
House-
this,
The House and the Senate are the only places we don't have term limits.
right?
And
And
they
I'm just saying this. If Trump, don't get mad at me, people. If Trump gets the presidency again, that's one of the things that he is going to be shooting for is term limits in Congress, and
Let
I
me
agree with that.
No.
That's what he's saying.
No. And,
Yeah,
and
that's
I
what he's
will say
saying.
this. I will say this. Trump said it perfectly. If I go into office again, I'm going to be a dictator.
That scares me.
That's what he said. His words.
okay,
He will take revenge on everybody who has messed with him over all of this. And
Well,
if you don't believe he'll do it, every one of his cabinet members from his past presidency
Mhm.
are scared and saying he does not need to be in office.
Mm-hmm. Well, and before all
The
of this
people
started,
that were beside him
I
are
can't
saying
disagree with
he
that.
doesn't need to be in office.
I can't disagree
Well-
with the fact that he doesn't need to be in office, but I'll say this. The only reason I can say that is because I don't agree that Biden nor Trump should be in office. I don't agree that any sitting politician should be in office right now.
I agree.
Because all they give a fuck about is how to make the government more powerful.
Or no,
I'm not anti-government, but I am anti-corruption.
They're only looking at how to make themselves more money. And when you
it's become a political circus.
100%.
Until you get two things to happen. One, term limits. Two, take the money out of politics.
100%.
Here's the other thing
you
I
get
want to
your
say.
paycheck as a senator or a House representative, but there is no way possible for you to benefit through book deals or lobbyists or any other side thing. That's
Book
the
deals
only way.
after office.
Well, yeah, there's that, but there's
things like
when
after
you're
you've done your term, not during.
Yeah,
And they need to extend the term limits to the Supreme Court as well. It should not be a lifetime seat until you kick the bucket. You get 8 years and you got to go. Someone else has got to take your place, because if you don't get fresh perspective and fresh education on the Supreme Court, nothing is ever going to change.
Okay, I will actually take that one first. I wouldn't say 8 years. I'd actually take it to 3 term limits.
Okay, that's fair.
I would say 12 years. If you've been sitting in that chair for 12 years, great. After the 12 years are up, you're switched.
Yeah,
I agree. I just grabbed a number. Like the president gets 8 years, so I grabbed a number. But it's the same thing with the Supreme Court, because if you don't allow younger minds or more educated or more expanded, or quoting Stoner Gump, elevated minds, you're not going to get that. I love that guy so much.
Stoner Gump?
Dude,
he's great.
I am such a fan of his.
Oh my God, me too.
His F around and find out, or his this person just became a space cadet are great.
Thank you. I'm so glad I'm not the only one. But
yeah, and so
if you don't do this with the Supreme Court, you could do it with the president, the House, the Senate. That's great. But it needs to go to even places like the director of the FBI should have a term limit. He shouldn't be able to sit there permanently. The directors and all these different things in the DOD, the DOJ, the Supreme Court, all of them need to be limited in how long they sit in this seat of power, because you don't get anything new if you don't bring in something new.
Right.
Okay,
Well,
here's my thought on that. I think if you have somebody that is in the seat and he is running unopposed, and nobody else wants to take it, then yeah, they can go ahead and stay there to make sure we have somebody in the seat.
Right.
Sure.
I mean, Putin's been doing that for years.
God knows he does nothing, but anyway. Sorry.
He just offs off his political rivals.
He kills his political rivals. Nice. Somebody's car blew up? What? I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what happened.
Crimea's free? What are you talking about?
Look at like
Was it
looking like
Putin?
Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies.
Yeah. Jeez.
No, I'll say this. Let me say this. If you can make it to where state employees can retire after 20 years, state employees, we're talking about
or have to. Which one?
No. They at the point of 20 years, that's their option to retire, right? So I was a state employee, and after 20 years, I could go, fuck it, I'm done. I can retire now. Which, if I was smart, I would have been at that point already. But I'm not smart, apparently. So the thing is, shut up, Amira. So the thing is, I saw your fucking face, woman. The thing is, if you can allow these people to retire after 20 years, and you're saying, put a 12-year term limit in, I'm 100% agree with that. I agree with 4, 8, 12, whatever. But at 20 years, you can retire in state. Why can't you just tell them to fuck off and retire after 20 years in the fucking Senate or the House or government, period?
You have to realize how many times or how much we've been yelling about this over the years.
Yeah.
And it's never, here's the thing.
The people voting on it aren't going to be the people that fucking give their own self-term limits.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I'm doing that, and as a
the bald one is called Bones.
I don't know if I'm the token liberal in here or not, but
No, you're
let me
not.
say- okay, let me say it like this. I give you one more, Laura, that you'll really appreciate. Try being the token liberal, okay, in Arkansas under Sarah Huckabee Sanders as our governor. That's
I'm
our
so sorry.
governor.
I just moved to South Carolina.
I don't know if
And
you've
I
heard
am not a Republican.
Sorry,
And
I
I've
feel
got
like I
Nikki
should.
Haley.
I feel like I should go out and come back in and with instead of Bones, just have the bald one on there.
Right. If
Why
it
not?
helps, if it makes you feel any better, Bobby, I live in Michigan. I've got.
We don't need to know if the carpet matches the drapes, man. Okay.
Can I? Oh, Nikki
I
said,
could-
"Can
what?
Can I audition for the role of token liberal?" Let me put it to you this way, and this is the best way I can put it. In this space, there are no political affiliations. If you bring here's my thing. If you bring your political affiliation into this space, I will boot you the fuck out. I don't care if you're Democrat. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're independent. In this space, you are a human being. You are a person. That's it. Your
Right.
view and your opinion does matter. It is valid, and we will let you have it. But if you want to sit there and say, I'm a proud this, or I'm a proud that, or I am this, or I am that, and you're so hardcore about that, and that's the only thing you're going to bring to the fucking table, I don't want you in here. But if you can bring your humanity to the table and a good conversation and a good argument, dude, come to the table all day long. I'm for you. 100%.
Here's my argument. I'm the only one here with boobs. I win.
So anyway,
Motherfucker.
well, I figured I'd put you in the center since you know.
Ooh, I can feel it here. I can
Oh
feel
yeah.
it here. Woo.
Oh, you're staying there now. You're fucking staying there now.
I mean, I've got a big question.
Amara, what you don't understand, and
Put
I
on my
know
party pants.
you've never dealt with me and Bones in the same chat at the same time. We have a tendency to start talking about things like colorful waffles. So
No, it's okay. Oh no, I'm
No,
good.
she's
good.
totally fine with that.
You haven't.
good with that.
You just said something that kind of makes me giggle. I haven't dealt with you and Bones in the same chat, sweetheart. You haven't dealt with me. I am the only.
Wait till she gets that look.
I am the only female in this room, if you'll call it this room, and I have a bigger dick than these guys sometimes. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Hold on a second here. Now,
I know she has a
Fight
bigger
me.
one than mine.
Fight me.
Yeah.
Anybody's got bigger than yours. Yours is what, 3 inches of wriggling garter snake of love? I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's just
Exactly.
Tackle box, go bite her, please. Anyway,
Tackle box in the other room. He's wood burning, I think.
So
I'm
I
as
do
big
have a
of an
question,
asshole as
though.
these guys are. Just so you know.
I do have a question though. It's amazing that they literally have this out in front of our faces. Okay, they're throwing this TikTok thing in our faces.
Mhm.
What are they hiding behind it?
What else is attached to the bill is what I want to know. What
Well,
do you
and-
not know?
they've got nothing attached to the bill. That's
Really?
the kicker. Yeah.
I have not seen all 12 pages because it's what, 12 or 20 pages. It's not huge considering I
Yeah,
haven't
it's
read every
13
word.
pages long, but go
They keep grinning.
read the bill. Yeah.
But there's no writers attached to it with any kind of little agenda bits like there have been for like other things like the Roe
Nope.
versus Wade and overturning
No,
healthcare
because if they
people.
did that, then it wouldn't pass.
Well,
Right.
the thing is that we're talking about this stuff, but they're not working on the other stuff that has to do with what's happening in America right now.
Well, that's what I mean. Is it's all political theater. It's
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
if
The gas prices are way too high.
gas
The cost
price-
of
well,
food
and
is way too high.
Oh wait,
there's-
yeah,
$3.45 a gallon here.
hold on. I just realized you just said gas prices were high. I automatically responded with, "Oh please," and the reason that I did that is I just realized most of y'all are driving cars, aren't you?
I drive an SUV, a big one.
Okay,
Who
some of us don't have two wheels. Okay, Bobby.
Right.
Some of us don't
hold
have
on.
two wheels.
I thought Bobby was going to come with the electric vehicle fucking talk
I
for a second
no.
there.
used to
No.
drive
driving
two
cars.
wheels.
I
don't
roll
have
on
it
a
anymore.
4-wheel battery.
No, he's probably talking about his fucking Harley, and the
He
97 that I want to be sitting on right now is sitting in a garage. So no.
I'd tell you, if you want to get there, you got to sit on Bobby's face, but that's kind of fragile right now. So.
Shut up! I wouldn't sit on his face. I'd break him.
It's not a Harley. First of all, I do ride a Honda.
Hey, I drive
what?
fine.
Honda's fine.
Wait a minute, hold on. Was it made in China?
Actually, no. It was actually made here in the United States.
Right.
Oh, okay, you're fine then.
It doesn't have any tracking features.
Actually,
on it,
I have two Hondas. I have the GL the GL 1500, which is my the 20th anniversary of the Goldwing. And then I have my Harley Killer.
No, Nikki, I did not. Not at all.
No, Nikki, he doesn't get mad at you.
Absolutely not. No. I don't get mad at anybody for expressing their opinions or anything like that. I just made it clear that we don't have resident anything here. These are human beings. Every one of these people has a different view, and I love each and every one of them.
I'm the resident.
I'm still the resident female. I don't care.
Well, yeah, you're still the resident pets. We get it. No, absolutely not. Oh, by the way, Nikki, I followed you on TikTok. But the thing is the fact that I love their views. Because me and Bomber, this is a pure fucking example right here. Me and Bomber have two completely different views on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But I respect every one of his views. I respect his beliefs. I respect what he wants to say.
The only thing we don't like when he leaves, but we don't like it when he leaves Cheeto dust on everything.
Listen,
we don't.
Bomber's a fan of Trump. Okay, we can't stop that. All right, this is the way it's going to be.
Damage.
I don't care who you vote for, and I don't care which way you lean. I don't give a shit about any of that. I don't. I'm not gonna play your pronoun games. I'm not gonna play your political games. I'm not gonna play any of those fucking games. You come at me like a person, I'll treat you like a person. You come at me like a piece of shit, I'm gonna fucking step on you. I don't give a shit.
He also doesn't play reindeer games either.
I don't like
skeleton.
I want it. It's a Lego.
I'm a skeleton.
It's a Lego.
Okay, Amira, you just need to get a goddamn 3D printer and print out all the Legos you want.
If I could fucking afford one.
Bones, the bald-headed reindeer.
We'll start your only grandmas and you'll be okay.
Oh my god.
You know what?
Oh my god.
I got something to say to this.
What did he say?
You know what? You know what? Don't hate me.
Clip that shit for TikTok, baby.
Don't hate me because I could make more money than you at this.
Oh no, you're fine. Go ahead.
I'm
no,
sorry. I am a hot grandma. I just want to point that out.
There's a dad and a daughter that do a podcast together.
Oh, thank you for continuing that statement.
The daughter told the dad.
We're not doing the stepbrother I'm stuck thing.
No. The daughter tells the dad on the podcast that she wants to start an OF, right? His face gets visibly red. You can see him getting just pissed. But then he tells her, "You're old enough to make your own decisions. I just want you to make the right and safe ones." Good call, Dad. Good call. So what does Dad do? He starts an Only Dads. And it's not him doing anything sexual. It's just him doing dad things. And I was like, well played, sir. I would have done the same thing. I mean, shit.
Kevin, I officially love you right now. Thank you.
Yeah, I was just going to grab that.
Thank you.
Yeah, why don't we just go ahead?
Where'd it go?
That would make her a grandma.
I am a grandmother. I have a 7-year-old grandson. Thank you very much.
Well, I mean, you have a 35-year-old boyfriend too, so.
He's almost 36.
Well,
what the fuck?
I mean,
hey, wait.
I mean,
I have a unique perspective here that I want to present to everybody, and of course, y'all already know that I'm Irish. So,
yay!
Did he say unit?
I'm Irish.
Today is St. Patrick's Day.
Damn right.
Biggest difference is I am a Irish pagan. So my question is do you guys know what today actually is? that St. Patrick's that Christians made St. Patrick's Day. What is today actually?
I know, but I can't fucking remember.
It's not clicking in my head.
St. Patrick was known for giving the 3-leaf clover to followers in Ireland, and it was known as the Christian, Irish Christian thing was where the clover came from. That was a St. Patrick thing, but I can't remember the part that you're talking about because my brain was focused on that earlier today.
You know, the Irish don't celebrate this day, right?
They do. Irish pagans do not. Well, they do celebrate this day, but they do not celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
Irish in general do not celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I can call a 100% pure Irish man right now, my stepfather, and he will go the fuck off about St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
And it's beautiful to watch a man that is like 5'4" go.
Well, that's why, because everybody knows the story about St. Patrick chasing the snakes.
Yeah.
From Ireland.
Yeah.
It wasn't the snakes he chased out. The snakes were the pagans and
the
so
North
on and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah, he brought.
This is actually today. Today is actually. Yeah, today is actually
Ireland.
Ostara.
It's what?
Ostara.
Oh, Easter.
Oh, yeah.
The Christian equivalent of Easter.
Right.
Yes.
So do we need to dye some eggs green or?
The
Ostara.
eggs. It's a celebration of the spring equinox.
Yes.
Right. This is if I remember correctly, this is the beginning of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it goes all the way through what they now call the Christian holiday of Easter.
Right.
Yeah, it's the entire spring equinox is Ostara.
It's Ostara. There's also Ishtar, which is another divergent, which is just as older as Ostara, which is another version of the whole thing, and yada yada. Yeah.
Actually, I'll tell you the best example that I've ever seen of that. Has anybody ever seen American Gods?
Yes, and that was a fantastic representation of Ostara.
That was my point right there.
Yes, that was hilarious.
Who controls the videos on here?
These two.
Either me or Bones.
Find that video of American Gods Ostara.
Oh, it's great.
Do you mean Ishtar?
Isn't it Christian Chenoweth? Isn't it Christian Chenoweth plays her?
Yeah,
she's fantastic in that role.
You Bomber, you find that one. I'm going to show them this one because
if we pop up with a spaghetti monster, I'm freaking out.
No, this okay. We're gonna get into a whole podcast about this guy. He has interesting views on everything. He is a known archaeologist. He's very smart. The dude has knowledge coming out of his mind that I will never fucking comprehend. But it's ancient knowledge from everything. And this is his view on Easter.
No.
And then Easter, which is all about Ishtar. It's a sexual ritual. It has nothing to do with Yeshua, aka Jesus, at all. Not even close. It's an ancient Sumerian ritual. A sex ritual. That's what Easter is. The original name is Ishtar, which is one of the Sumerian goddesses. The goddess of sexuality,
Sumerian, yeah,
and fertility.
So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay.
Hey, buddy, today is
that's his view historically. That's his view on it, and he will always say, and "This is what I like about Billy." He will always say, "This is my view. This is my hypothesis. This is my opinion." Doesn't mean that it's fact. Doesn't mean that you have to believe it. He's very adamant about that.
Okay, were you able to find that, Bomber?
Because I have an issue with streaming from YouTube. So I was trying to find something on TikTok. And they've got a handful of stuff.
Hold on
a second. I need to tell me what it was again.
It's
American Gods.
American Gods.
And then it's like I found. Hold on.
It's Christian Chenoweth, American Gods, Ostara.
Like there's this.
That's part of it. Yeah, that's too far.
Yeah, that's that. I think I know what he's talking about.
Saw you look quite so pretty before.
Is it?
Happy Easter, Easter. And to you, I could hardly wait to keep our date this lovely Easter morning. And your heart beat fast as you came through that door. We had a date? Standing on Marshmallow Peep Show. Candy cream.
Okay,
eggs,
that
cellophane
is
grass,
his show,
bunnies and duckies.
American Gods.
We popularized the pagan. We practically invented
Okay.
brunch. We
Let me-
built this
let me-
holiday.
Let me
Oh,
show
that was
this
loud anyway.
right here.
Speaking, she said peep shows. When I say
Is this who you're talking about right here?
Yeah.
No, well, it's the
That's who it is. But what I'm looking for, and what I want you guys to see is the what's the guy's name that plays Osiris? Not Osiris, but
Odin.
Odin.
There's this one.
While you guys are looking at that, I need to go tell my wife today is Boom Boom Day. Honey. Oh, shit. Sorry.
I'm doing just fine. Happy Easter. Christ is risen. Hello, boys.
You were before these assholes.
Yeah, right here.
Until the day that Jesus Christ crawled out of his stinky old grave, folks would paint eggs with dandelions and paprika for her to exchange as gifts the first sign of spring in her name. Ostara.
They still do. They still do. On my festival days, they still feast on eggs and rabbit and candy, and they do it in my name.
Serious question, my dear. I've no doubt that millions upon millions exchange tokens and observe the rituals of your festival, all down to the hunting of the hidden eggs. But does anybody pray in your name? Do they say it in worship? Oh, they mouth your name, but they've no idea what it means. None whatsoever. Same every spring. You do all the work, he gets all the prayers.
What has gotten into you?
I feel terrible about this.
No.
It's her day. You took her. You crucified her day. When they started following you, everybody else got burned. In your name. Happy fucking Easter!
Ian McShane. Ian McShane plays Odin in that, and he is phenomenal.
Wait a minute. Was that other guy supposed to be Jesus?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
the guy with the gold halo
gods.
head, that was Jesus.
Yeah, that's Jesus. It's actually Odin and Ostara, and Odin is talking to Ostara and Jesus.
And basically, what he's doing is that she is basically saying that her name is now Easter instead of Ostara because she wanted to be within, in favor, be in favor with Jesus.
With the new religion, yeah.
Yeah, instead of following what the true name and the true meaning of Ostara.
She was
Ostara.
willing to
Ostara.
dilute her original basis for her holiday to fit into the new religion, into the new Christian doctrine. Basically, she was willing to dilute herself for that. It was
right. Why is Jesus ginger?
No, he's got brown hair.
Don't even get me started on how Jesus is portrayed. I grew up Catholic.
Bruh, that is not brown hair.
Wait. That's the thing I love about that show. Was they went so far, if you watch that show just a little bit further and you look behind him, you see the other Jesuses.
There's like, what was there, like 12 or 15?
I see 'em.
There's 12 of them back behind him.
Yeah.
One for each ethnicity.
Yeah, there's a one that
Really? He's up front and right there because he's the Caucasian.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
it's hilarious, man.
So we have white ginger Jesus.
The scary thing is that I growing up, that was always on the wall, and then as I got older, kind of like with Bobby, he became a reformed Republican. I like to call it. I looked at pictures of Jesus, going, wait a minute, wasn't he from the Middle East? Why is he ivory skinned?
Right.
Why does he make Barry Manilow look like a brother?
Right.
Oh, no. You want one even better? Take a picture of young Obi-Wan Kenobi and put up next to it.
Oh, fuck
Don't
off.
start.
Oh, no
Don't
way.
start.
Oh.
Do not desecrate my Star Wars. We'll fight. I love you, but we'll fight. You desecrate my
my
Star Wars.
No,
we're
no,
gonna
no,
fight.
no, no,
Yes,
no,
you
no,
are.
no,
Nick.
you don't-
Jesus
you
with a
don't say it.
lightsaber.
I'm a giant. Okay, here, wait. We'll get into this. I will do this way. Right now, there are a total of, 9 movies?
Yes.
Yes.
Taylor Rock.
Okay. You have the original trilogy,
The one I grew up on, yes.
the one we all
Yeah,
did.
you're still there, Nikki.
Here's my question. Name the very first movie of the original trilogy. Please.
A New Hope.
What?
New
A
Hope.
New Hope.
Okay. Did everybody say A New Hope?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's New Hope.
No, I didn't.
A
give a
New
shit.
Hope.
Wait, Bones, you haven't answered. What's
I
the name of the
didn't. I
first
didn't.
movie?
I didn't give a shit enough to about Star Wars to answer that.
Okay. No, it is not A New Hope. It is Star Wars.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, well.
But that
No,
chapter is called A
when-
New Hope.
No, when the movie first came out, there was no A New Hope at the top of that scroll.
That's true. Yes, I do remember
That's true.
reading
It
that.
was added later.
Are you sure? Because I don't remember the theatrical version because they changed it, and I don't have a copy of the theatrical version.
I do. I have him on Laserdisc.
Oh, good.
Oh, God.
You're showing your
Yeah,
age.
laser dick.
I thought I was
Laser
old. Jesus. We got fucking Methuselah down here. Jesus Christ.
The big gold
we need
platters.
to change. We need to change him over to Methuselah. There you go.
So yes, the original. That's I've always been able to tell the difference between
Hey, Nick.
a fanboy and somebody who didn't know or doesn't know that the answer to that question.
But if you ask
Hey,
me anything
Junie.
else, I'd probably have a better than average shot of getting it right. That's the only one I wouldn't know off the top of my head.
Okay.
What's up, Jason?
I'm not saying I get them all right. I'm just saying I'd have a better than average shot of getting it right.
The actor who played Chewbacca.
What about him? He's dead.
What's his name?
There's a foundation in his name. He
Mhm.
also helped with the actor that played Chewbacca in the newer movies before he passed away.
That was the original poster.
Yeah, I used to have that poster when I was a kid.
But look at the poster.
Bobby, you got to ask me this shit when it's
Oh my God.
7:30 at night. I'm old. I haven't had my vitamins, and God,
You
damn
ready?
it.
Let's go
Peter
get you
Mayhew.
Garrett Paul.
Yeah, I was starting to say Peter, but I couldn't think of his last
Okay.
name. But no,
Since you're a giant Star Wars fan,
I'm a Chewbacca nerd. But
I'm gonna make you hate me.
why does he not realize what making an enemy of me
Hey,
is gonna
hey,
do?
hey, listen.
Hey,
You guys wanted this, so
I love the man, but
He's the big
if he
boy.
wants to fight with me, then we're gonna have issues.
No. I'm not gonna fight with you. Are you ready?
Sure, I'm ready. That's actually really cool. That is, so that was Darth Vader. I'm just gonna eat out of my
Nice.
Wookiee tea jar and
No.
my
that
brother,
makes me
my brother had
question
one of
that.
the original Luke Skywalker lightsabers.
This was
I'm
signed
not-
by
Well-
Dave. Now, do y'all know? The rest of y'all know who Dave Prowse is?
Yeah,
He wore the costume. He was definitely not
He
the
was
boy.
the Australian bodybuilder who wore the costume.
Yeah.
He was cool as shit.
yeah. Because
Thank
if
you,
they,
Judy.
if they would have given it to the guy who did the voice, then it would have just been a really round Darth Vader.
Well, I
wasn't
do
so
have a
heavy back
question
then.
though.
That man has been
Um,
heavy his whole damn life.
And Nikki threw this out there. It's in the Twitch side of things. How do you guys feel about the undertones of the INC?
Okay, he
Of
didn't
the-
know. He didn't know. In episode 4 and 5, he didn't know.
Incest undertones of Star Wars.
Oh wow, those are so cool.
Here you go. Here you go.
He didn't know in episode 4 and 5. They didn't know.
Right.
Oh, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't know that this was going to become as globally popular.
Well, they
Hey.
didn't. Luke and Leia didn't know that they were brother and sister.
Listen,
Right, right.
listen,
Yeah,
listen.
they
I'm
never
not
do.
saying I'm not saying Star Wars was filmed in Alabama, but it probably was filmed in Alabama. Okay.
Okay, maybe, what if he knew? I mean, he was a Jedi. No, in Episode 4, he was not a Jedi. He was some punk kid who couldn't get his ass off of a dirty planet.
I mean,
and in
he was
Episode
never-
5, he hadn't expanded himself yet in Episode 5 to know yet.
Wait a minute.
He wasn't even listening
He
to
made
his
out.
inner self.
Hold on. He made out with his sister, and then later on, he sits there and says, "Somehow I always knew."
He didn't make out with her.
She gave him a kiss.
She gave him a kiss.
I don't care.
Are you going to tell me you've never kissed your relatives?
Listen, I didn't kiss my relatives like that.
They didn't
She
kiss
did
like
not
that.
French team.
It was a peck on the lips.
She leans down and gives him a peck on the lips.
Yeah. The only one she made out with was Han Solo, and you know, and she said that she'd rather kiss a Wookiee, and he said he could make that happen. That just means she's got a little touch of the bestiality touch thing going on. That's all.
There you go. There's a little. Well, it is Star Wars, and it's out there in the universe because you never know. You might be hung up with a furball.
Could be interspecies mixing could be a thing in Star Wars. You don't know that.
I
One of the
promise
greatest.
you it is. Look at Jabba Hutt sail barge.
Thank you.
What one of my favorite things about some of the backstories and stuff like that is Carrie Fisher talking about her.
You kiss your relatives like that?
There's no tongue. There's no tongue. It's their heads. The heads didn't even do
Don't
the whole
give a
kissy thing.
fuck.
It's a kiss, and it's at the end of Episode 4.
Do you grab your relative by the back of the head, pull them in, lay it on them,
four.
and then you hold it?
Okay, that is Episode 5, actually.
Hey,
but-
hold on.
I don't
hold
give
on,
a
hold on.
fuck.
Let
That
me
shit
jump in
right
here.
there.
Hold on. Hey, they don't know that they're brother and sister at this point.
Thank you.
B, she was trying to make Han Solo jealous by kissing a young kid.
Thank you.
Why did she kiss the Wookiee?
How many? Let me ask you this:
I
How many of you would have freaked the fuck out? Freaked the fuck out finding out that that's your sister after you did that to make another guy jealous?
I would be freaking out.
He was just like, "Oh, okay. I'm going to use the Force to forget that one."
I would have.
That's when your brain becomes an etch-a-sketch. You just go and you forget and you start over. That's all.
There's a reboot.
That's true. We are now on to Star Wars, but we were just talking about the TikTok ban to now Star Wars stuff, and
I love the fact that Carrie Fisher brought up. I can't remember, it was like some award ceremony, and she was getting like a lifetime achievement award or something like that. And she was talking, and she's like, "Yeah, in the earlier films, walking around in like that white outfit, I would always go to George and say, why can't I wear a bra?" And he's like,
"There's no
bras in space."
Nikki, you started this, and I see what you're doing.
Now,
And I love you for it, honey.
there
I
was-
love you for it.
saw one of my favorite shows to watch. Is Graham Norton.
Oh yes.
Before you get on that, I want to go back to this. Now, there are deleted
right.
scenes of this whole thing, and you're gonna sit there and tell me that, oh, he did this to make her jealous, right? There's deleted
She did that to make
scenes.
him jealous.
I was real worried.
There's deleted scenes. Now you just hold on and you tell me if family fucks around like this.
They didn't know.
I don't give a fuck. Because this deleted scene right here tells me that it was a little bit more than that. Watch. Just watch. Oh, yeah, I look at my aunt that way all the time and my sister.
I want to tell you something.
Thank you,
Oh,
3PO.
thank God, Golden
You-
Rock.
Oh,
I'm glad 3PO. I'm just glad 3PO cockblocked that, because if he hadn't, we would have had some really weird
Well,
Jedis running around.
No, hold on. If you take that deleted scene and put that into perspective,
Mhm.
3PO already knows.
Right.
that they're
No,
brother and
no.
sister.
No.
Yeah.
No, he had his shit deleted.
No, remember, he had his memory erased and he
Yeah.
never got it back from a certain point. He had his memory erased because he had to go to Babu Frick to get it
Yes.
to
But
get,
what
his
if he
brain, to
did
get
know?
rebooted.
That's
But
in
what
the
if he
new
did
ones.
know?
That's in the new ones.
But he didn't know
God.
before that.
But
No,
what
at
if-
the
but
at the
what if
end
he
of
did
Yeah, he
episode
did.
at
He
the end
was-
of episode 3, they say take them and take these droids and have their memories wiped.
Yeah.
Yes. And then he had to
Yeah,
have
they
it
did.
erased again and because of Babu Frick had to
Well-
go do it. But they had their
Oh
memories
God, we gotta
erased
have a
in
whole
episode
Star
3.
Wars. This went from a TikTok ban to a Star Wars podcast like in 5 seconds.
I'm telling you right now, though, if we do
Well,
a Star Wars episode and Bobby isn't here, I'm gonna revolt.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay.
here's the thing. Paranormal over on the TikTok side of things said this. Well, ladies would love to be out there in space. There's no gravity pulling them down, so they'd always be perky.
Look,
Right.
look. I'll say this. Okay, if I had been Mark Hamill, I don't share the storyline. If I had been Mark Hamill at that time, allowed to kiss Carrie Fisher, there's no way in hell I would have said no.
Right.
Well, yeah, it's Carrie Fisher. Hello.
Well, it went from it went from that to a fucking Joe Dirt moment of you're my sister. Fuck. And by the way, Nikki, I love the way your brain works, and I want you to keep coming back to fucking give us this lovely
Right.
thing that you're spilling right now, which is all the tea.
Right. And
Wait
if
a
you don't
Well,
follow
well,
me,
only-
Nikki, you
not-
need to follow
not
me so I can follow you back.
Not only did
Nikki,
they do
Nikki,
that,
find me
but
on
I'm
TikTok.
I'm gonna present another thing to you. Not only that wasn't the only surprise they did at that time, because if you remember right, in the very first movie, we did not know they were brother and sister, and in the very first movie,
True.
we did not know Darth Vader was his dad.
Right.
Right.
No one knew until
knew.
No one.
the only
That
person that knew
entire
was Mark.
family thing didn't come in until Empire.
Yeah, the only person that was ever told about that story hook was Mark.
Well, and wasn't it also
And that
he
was when he was
entered-
filming Empire.
Yeah.
Right, but wasn't David Prowse told for Empire as well because he needed to have that
follow us
moment in
here
the
on-
movie?
Well, right, but I mean, he
Nikki,
was the
follow us on
only
Twitch.
like
That's
so
cool.
he had to keep that from Carrie and
Right.
Yeah, he was the
Jo-
star that everybody knew. Nobody knew that Dave Prowse was a star.
Listen. All I'm saying is the look on Han Solo's face is priceless.
I drive along past your street. It's my brother.
That shit right there. That explains it all. And if you don't like that, I don't give a shit because that explains
Right,
everything.
They played that so perfectly.
It was beautiful.
So guys, Jason said this right now. Coming out soon, Star Wars 10.
They're supposed to be,
He
but
finally gets the Nuki.
Nikki, I'll find you on Twitch and follow you, honey.
What I don't understand is what the hell are they going to do in 10th they haven't already covered?
Well, they're
Wait,
technically
they're
supposed
making
to be.
another one?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I hope they do a time warp type thing like they did with the reset of Star Wars. Let's just take them back and somehow bring up like Darth Revan or
Harrison
my
Ford?
thing.
Oh, Harrison Ford is still hot.
I want to see them do the story because they did Solo. They did Solo and they tell you all how Han got, the last name of Solo and his whole backstory. What you don't ever get, you don't get any backstory on Yoda, where he came from, his home planet. You don't get any backstory on Chewbacca. The closest thing you get is a little touch of it in Solo when the Wookiees are, imprisoned and doing their thing. But there's no backstory on some of these other major characters.
they're
Well, you get kind of a
actually building towards
backstory
that, and
on
I
the
have a feeling
Mandalorian.
That's going to all show up in the Mandalorian movie.
I
As
don't
far
like
as Yoda-
Mandalorian.
Okay,
Oh,
I
we're
got
gonna
a
get
question though.
Mandalorian movie. We've got to finish that up, and they're going to tell us all about the species of Yoda through the eyes of Grogu.
I
Yeah.
just care about
So-
the Wookiees.
Well, they're furry,
So what you're
kinda
saying
tall.
is you like tall,
Are
hairy.
you? Have you, Amara? Have you not seen the Mandalorian yet?
No, I have not watched The Mandalorian.
You must be a huge fan of Bigfoot.
Yeah, she hasn't watched any of the Mandalorian.
No, I'm
Okay,
a
here,
I'm
gonna
a
give you-
purist.
I'm
But
gonna
it
give you
covers
one
some of the
reason.
story.
Actually, I'm going to give you two reasons to watch it. A, it happens between Jedi and 7. So it's in that time period.
Okay.
Oh God, it makes
Okay.
sense.
And one other thing for you, Baby
What?
Yoda.
Grogu. Ugh.
Well, you
Oh,
also get
no.
to see. You also get to see a young. They recreate.
Boba
Yeah, me
Fett.
too.
Oh my God.
Amira's right. Bigfoot is sexy. And jeez.
Grogu!
Young and
Baby
one
Yoda,
years.
baby Yoda.
I get the whole. I mean, it's cute. It's cuddly. It's got big eyes and big ears. That's great. I had a cat named Yoda that had ears that size. I get it.
Wait
I
until
just.
you
I'm
gotta
more of a.
watch.
I'm a purist. I can't help it. I grew so 1977, Star Wars: A New Hope, whatever you want to call it, but Star Wars: A New Hope came out. I was born in 1972. I was 5 years old and went to the drive-in with my dad. It's one of the only positive memories I have with my biological father. It's a thing for me.
Oh, so we're
And-
getting into trauma now?
Shut
God
up.
dang it.
Going into the Star Wars thing, the original trilogy is my thing from my childhood. I feel like somehow if I watch The Mandalorian, it's going to shatter some of that illusion from those 3 movies.
I'm as a Star Wars purist myself, who argues over what the first movie was called. It does not.
All right. I'll take. By the way, it's
Just-
Yeah,
amazing.
he's got a
Let me-
signed
let me do it
lightsaber.
this
What do
way.
you got? Legos?
Hold on. Let me do it this way. Did you like Solo?
Yes, I loved Solo.
Did you like Rogue One?
I loved Rogue One actually.
Then you will love The Mandalorian. I
Yeah,
promise.
that's kind of
It's
what we
along
told her,
those
but she
same
didn't want to
lines.
listen to us.
Yeah, but she wants to hear that sound later.
I can hear that anytime. I've got the damn mask and I've got the onesie. Shut up.
You make
Wait a
tackle
minute, you're
box.
gonna
You
put
make tackle
tackle
box
box
wear
wear
those,
it.
don't you?
Yeah.
Have you seen the
He's got
man's
the ma-
face?
hey,
He
the
doesn't
mask
need the
is
mask.
He's like, "Hey,
Roaring
baby, it's
like-
Star Wars night. Let's go. Put on the Wookiee suit."
Bobby, 2 things. Fine. I'll take your thing on Mandalorian and I'll make a point of it. And by the way, it's Amira.
Oh, I'm sorry, Amira.
No, just letting you know.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I
she
am
gets
gonna
really
tell you
touchy
right
about her
now,
name.
You watch season 1 of The Mandalorian, season 2 of The Mandalorian.
Okay.
Then you'll jump to the Book of Boba Fett, and then come back to The Mandalorian.
Like I think
They are all no.
Did
Trust
you-
me, it's all
you-
worth it.
Did you see
I'm
the
gonna be
eye
so
roll?
confused.
Did you see it?
I'm gonna be so
I
confused.
fucking felt it.
Oh, dude, there was daggers flying.
Hey,
Well,
listen. If you hey, hold on. If you really want to do this right as a Star Wars purist and not
Oh,
go,
Lord.
oh, I'm gonna watch 6, 7, and whatever fucking first, then start from the very first one. Look it up. It's like the Marvel movies. Look it the fuck up and see the order of it all. And watch it
I've
in that
watched them.
order.
I've watched them in the actual order that they came out in, and I've
No,
watched them
no.
in the and I've watched them in chronological
Chronological.
movie.
No, well,
order.
yeah. No, what I'm talking
I've
about,
done
what I'm
that.
talking about is you start with the first movie, and then you go through and you watch all the little sideshows and shit, and it all makes sense. But that's the thing. It's like the MCU has its
Right.
little setup the way it does. They brought the movies out all mismatched and everything. Then they go, oh, by the way, here's the list of events.
How they came
Unpopular opinion moment. The first 3 movies are trash. That's just me.
Cinematographically
so-
wise, they are.
Well, you got to
Yeah. Well-
consider the time they were made, and we were all going, ooh, ah, look at the ship on the string.
The only
Nowadays
thing
they are, yes.
The only thing I like about the Star Wars series, the movies themselves, is in every movie, you get one line in every movie that's the same.
May the force be with you.
No, not
No,
that.
I have a bad feeling about.
You're my sister. You're my sister.
I have a bad feeling
Bad
about
feeling about
this.
this. Yeah.
Every single movie.
So my question is,
and
if,
every single show they do it too. They drop it in somewhere in that season.
You have to.
Can I
I
ask
see
you?
Amira doing this.
Can
can
I
see
ask
Amira
you?
doing this.
Actually, Amira, there's actually 2 pieces because it became set canon that it had to be included in everything, and that's the Wilhelm scream.
We
Can-
shouldn't.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
family.
Let me ask the 2 biggest Star Wars. We shouldn't. We're family. I fucking love you, Nikki.
Nikki,
must.
love you.
Family.
We're family. Oh, but aren't you stuck, stepsis? May the fools be with
Text
you.
me, Bippity.
I won't.
Let me.
I won't.
I got a
I was going to
question.
play the sounder, but I won't.
I got a question for the two Star Wars nerds in here. Okay, and goes to Amira and Bobby. Both. No, you're not as much of a nerd as they are because you're not over Mr. Wookie Man. You're not over here arguing what they're arguing. Okay,
I can argue with it, but I'm basically Bobby saying what I was saying.
What?
I was agreeing with.
Okay,
whatever. Move on.
Hey, Roddy, what's going on?
Fucking half a Wookiee suit on your fucking head already. Anyway. Now
I would love to see
for you
Chewbacca say
two,
that.
and you guys are very much the purest of the group. And let's add Bomber in for just because it's for pity's sake. What what did you three, or even all of you, what did you think of the last Star Wars movie that came out? Was it to you rushed, or was it pretty on point?
I felt rushed.
I have mixed feelings.
I'm gonna say I'm the same way. I have mixed feelings about it.
Yeah,
I felt like it was rushed.
There were aspects that were
I
beautiful, but then there was there's too many little things that are left undone and too many questions left behind for me. And I understand part of it's because like Leia, Carrie Fisher dying left probably gaps that needed to be filled, and so they kind of hushed and rushed and through the last two movies actually.
Right.
They're decent. The cinematography is very well crafted and put together, but I feel like the storyline just leaves too many little gaps.
Well,
in it.
Let me ask you this.
Hold on. Before you ask, let me say this. J.J. Abrams did 7. Some other director did 8. And wasn't it some other director that did 9?
I think so.
Of the last 3 of the trilogy, my favorite is 7. Because I watched it in the theaters. And I did the, oh my God, maybe it's the Millennium Falcon.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Okay. What was the actual? My question is, what is the actual true speed of the Millennium Falcon? The true meaning of the parse. What's
what
the
a
true
parsec
one?
is?
Because
The
it always,
Kessel Run?
the Kessel Run.
no,
What's
the
the
Kessel
actual
Run.
true number?
Okay, wait, real quick, Bobby. J.J. Abrams did The Force Awakens and The Rise of Skywalker. Rian Johnson did The Last Jedi.
Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, she's quick with the research on me.
I didn't know if Abrams had done 9 or not.
No, Abrams did 7 and 9, but Rian Johnson did 8. And the doing the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs was when they finally answered where that came from for me in the Solo movie, it made my day because that's always been a joke. It's like I drive my Honda like I'm doing the Kessel Run. That's what I say to people, and people don't get it.
Okay, so here we are.
And it's
Star Wars fandom.
It's 14 parsecs, isn't it?
12.
12.
She missed the joke.
Okay. We have an answer.
Oh, go ahead.
Here we go.
Parsec.
Go ahead.
A parsec was a unit of astronomical distance equivalent to about 30.5 trillion kilometers, 3.26 light years.
So 3.26 light years, and he did the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs.
Still makes no sense to me.
We just don't know the distance between from where he was started to, or what the Kessel Run distance is.
12 parsecs.
Hey,
no, he did it in 12 parsecs, which is
look up distance of Kessel Run.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go. So here's another question for you guys. On average, in every movie, how many planets did they visit? Average? No, in every movie. No. In every movie, they visited maybe 1, 2, 3 planets. Average.
The Kessel Run is a 20 parsec hyperspace route.
Well, she was faster than me.
So he did 20 parsecs in 12 in 12 parsecs.
Bummer.
He
Look at
did a
Nikki.
20 parsec hyperspace route in less than 12 parsecs.
Right.
Okay, so he should have got a ticket for speeding.
Right.
But on average,
So
on
in
average,
other words, he was driving. If we were to put it in layman's terms, he was probably doing about 150 or 160 miles an hour in today's terms.
He was doing 150 in like a 75 mile an hour speed zone.
Nikki,
Right.
the average age right now is most Gen Xers are in their 40s.
No, she said the average age.
Oh,
In
Gen
the-
X, and most of them are in their 40s.
Okay, never mind. Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, in here, I think I'm the oldest.
Bomber, I love you.
I actually think I'm
need to
the
hug you
oldest
right
in the
now.
group.
You might be. I don't know how old you are, so
I got you by 2 years. You said you were born in 72.
yes, I'm 51.
I was born in 70.
Bobby's damn near a boomer. Okay.
You're the age of my first husband.
Oh my god.
There's going to be a lot.
Anyway.
of gray, there's going to be a lot of gray smacking here in a little while.
I'm
A
gonna.
lot of gray
you know what?
area.
No. My question to you guys literally is a legitimate question because it has to deal with the last movie. The last movie felt rushed, but how many planets on average do they visit in one movie? Out of all 9 of them.
In that last
4 to
one?
5.
No. In the last one,
yeah.
they hopped from planet to planet to planet to planet, and that's why I think it felt rushed because most of the time they do what, maybe 2 or 3 planets in a movie,
3, maybe
That's the
4, depending.
right?
Maybe 4. And 4 is a stretch. That's only if you count the Death Star as its own planet, because they referred
Right.
to it as that at one point.
No,
Yeah.
that's a moon base.
And the thing is, in the last movie, how many fucking planets did they visit doing that hyper jump that they did? They did. They
Oh.
visited multiple planets, like boom, 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 one after the other.
It wasn't planets. It was hyperspace points. So it wasn't actually
Right.
planets. It was they were space hopping, but it wasn't actual
Yeah.
planets they visited. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
They covered
There
a
was-
distance in that movie.
They covered a lot of
Nine
distance
should
in that movie.
have- They should have done the same thing with 9 that they did with the last Harry Potter movie. They should have split it in 2.
I
Okay,
agree.
I do have a question. I
Yeah.
do have a question though. Star
And that
Killer.
just made 10.
Star Killer base.
Star
And-
Killer base.
There was-
Is it
yeah,
is
there's
it
Star
an
Killer base.
actual planet? Is
Yeah.
it a planet or is it an actual?
It's an actual planet they've cored through the center.
And they made it into a giant
Right.
gun.
And the more recent one where it's a planet where the beam comes out of. The only other time that
That was a badass moment, by the way.
the Star Wars the Death Star was
Yeah,
called a
Paranormal, I saw
small
that.
moon. The Death Star was called a small moon at one point in one of the movies, but then they were
Yeah.
like, "Oh my God, that's the Death
Yeah,
Star."
that's no moon. That's a space station. Alex Dennis made that line.
Well,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
here's the thing: is like one of the Neil deGrasse Tyson did a thing about the whole, the Star Killer base sucking in a whole entire sun, and he did like this whole calculation about how much energy that actually was, and he's like, they destroyed what, like 5 or 6 planets in the movie all at once.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, the amount of energy from an entire sun that they sucked up, they could have, they shot low. They could have destroyed 20 planets
Oh, easy.
with that
Yeah,
amount of
Coruscant.
energy.
Listen, they still got to charge their phones after they get done destroying these planets. Okay.
Dude, thank God it's not an apple. It was a galaxy.
That is a metaphor for the government sucking up TikTok right now. Oh my God, this has been Bobby. We need to have you back, dude.
I'm telling you, dude, every time I turn around, you're slamming me with something else. Yes, I am talking to you on an iPhone.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Welcome to
Android
Apple
came
hell?
from the dark side.
Yes,
Dude,
of course.
I have always been an Apple guy.
We know.
I have
Bob.
an iPhone too.
We know.
Me and Pit Boss.
Okay.
Me and Pit Boss are the only two with iPhone. These two have got
Yeah.
Samsung.
Yeah, we like to
Bomber,
have freedom.
Bomber, you got to break the cycle. Apple.
Yeah,
or
go to
Apple or
iPhone, Bomber.
Galaxy.
He's a Samsung guy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
he's
put it
in-
to you this way. I sold these fucking phones at one point. I know why I will never go to Apple and I will always have Android.
Hey, can I tell you a little
Yeah,
secret? I am on an iPhone.
That's
10.
right. Android was built by
10?
the Republic.
Yes.
The Android was
Jesus
built
Christ,
by
that
the
thing's a
Republic.
relic.
Right. I'm on an iPhone X.
I thought I was
Oh
bad.
my
I'm on a 12
God.
Pro Max.
Now,
I'm on a
think about
13.
that. I'm on a 10, and I've had zero problems with this phone since I got it.
Nikki, I
I've
would
had
love to have you on
reboot
here,
it-
honey.
I've had to
Yeah,
reboot
Nikki,
it
most definitely.
twice.
But are you part of AT&T, and did you have that entire day where you had no service?
Verizon.
Well, it was,
Say
yeah.
why?
So
iPhone is the dark side. What the hell?
Hey, listen,
Well,
we can
I
get into, we can get into iPhone this whole conversation later.
That's a whole other
Because we're reaching the end of our 2 hours. So here's my thing. If you guys want to be on the podcast, we don't have a problem with that. There's gxspodcast@gmail.com. You guys can come, you guys can go over there. You can send us an email and let us know, and we'll get you on. Nikki, we would love to have you on. Bobby, I would love to have you back. Maybe we can do a 6-panel on the next one. That would be great.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I love everybody's different
are
points
you-
of view.
Are you Christian to sign off?
Yeah.
We finished at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, but you're staying here till the sign off. You can't just leave early.
No, hell
Well,
no.
No, you're hanging, Bobby.
I was just gonna do,
Don't make me do it, Bobby. Don't make me do it.
What?
Shut up, Meg.
Oh God.
They got aluminum in them.
They got aluminum in them.
Oh God damn it! No, I if you guys want to be on the show, I don't have a problem with you guys being on the show. It's great to have different points of view, different opinions. I love that kind of stuff. I want you guys on here. I want you guys to be able to voice those views and opinions, and make it known. Again, come in as a human being, come in as a person that is going to not only give your opinion but also view others and show the respect that people deserve. And make sure that you understand that one rule, that if you disrespect anybody on here because of their view, or if you feel a certain way because of their view, that's fine. But you won't be on here very long.
Hold on. So how are you still in here, Mr. I don't like iPhones?
Just remember, your dictates just came from the bald one.
I
The
keep
bald
telling
one.
you, the carpets have to match the drapes, man.
Hey,
That's all
hey,
there is to it.
I would love to sit back, relax, and let you guys take the reins. I really
That's right.
would.
Multipass.
Honestly, it would be a Sunday off for me, and that would be gold and great and grand. But the charisma between these three is about that of a fucking nursing home. So
I say what? What the hell?
Okay, so
go fuck yourself. That's all I'm gonna say.
I got a number for you. It starts with 1.
I said that for one reason. I said that for one reason.
Shut up, Meg.
I said that for one reason, because of Bomber's face. I fucking love it. I love you, brother. I just had to, because that face, that squinch you get, whatever. It's like, what the fuck?
I do have one.
You the Katie Britt face.
That's right. That's the number.
Before we end,
867-5309.
I have one important thing to bring up before we leave. But
Why?
I did too. So don't.
Did you take your?
go ahead. Go ahead, Bobby.
Okay. For those of you that know, we are starting the radio station back up and running. So yes, iRock is coming back.
Nice.
So what we are doing, and I'm going to say this to every one of my co-hosts, Boss already knows this. If you are interested in curating a radio show for feature on iRock 99.1 and syndication,
nice meeting you too, Nikki.
Send me a message, because it's not hard to do, and you guys will love it.
I used to do radio.
You can again.
I might.
It's actually not hard.
I know it is.
Woman, you barely have the time to do this. What are you talking about?
Who, me?
Huh?
Yeah, you.
I have time.
Between your knitting schedule?
You know what? There goes your ball sack warmer. That's all I'm gonna say. Fuck you.
Bones,
Goddamn right.
Not knitting.
I knit and crochet. He's just jealous because he hasn't got anything from me yet.
Hey, you got to watch out for the needle point, though.
I've been asking for like a pair of like mittens or booties or something.
I was gonna make you a Scully.
Oh, I would
Dude,
wear
it's
it.
your
I'd
bald
100% wear it.
I would.
Okay.
Yeah,
Done.
I'd 100% wear it. Go ahead, Bomber.
So I just wanted to bring up a very important topic, the etiquette of a glory hole. So
Shut up, Meg.
Is, you know, if you're gonna finish, please wipe up after yourself. All right.